Just a few days ago or so, I had finished completing my design for a fully articulated robot action figure that you could 3D print. And then I decided he needed some buddies. So what I ended up doing is making two robot armies, and these are miniatures in this case, not action figures like the original. So my original version was a fully articulated action figure, but this version is basically board game miniatures. And or you could use them as like robot army men, you know, like those classic plastic army men stuff. And I'm pretty happy with how they're turning out. I'm just starting to print these, and they are a little bit fragile if you print them at your typical miniature scale. So even with supports, I don't know what to do about that. So I figured I would start printing them at a larger scale, which not too large, but like large enough you can still use them as like, you know, robot army men, or a larger scale of board game if you really wanted to. Like not super big, just whatever is the smallest my printer can handle, basically. And I've decided that for the first batch of them, to make it easier on printing them, I am going to use the make overhang printable setting in Cura and see how they churn out. Because they require quite a few supports for being so small, because they just have overhangs that unfortunately just cannot print without that setting or without a lot of supports. So I'm ironing out the issues with them. I'm slowly getting it there. Eventually there's going to be more models of these guys available, and they're not available yet, but I'm planning to release them on printables, most likely. And yeah, I'm making some vehicle models to go with them and stuff too, that are going to work basically like board game miniatures, or there's also variants that are going to have articulation just like the larger robot version of these guys. Yeah, I have other videos where I talked about, well, not the robot version, but the action figure version, right? They're all robots, but they're action figures. Well, these ones are miniatures. But yeah, I have other videos where I talked about the action figure version of them. Now, there's a local place in town where you can sell 3D prints. So my robot action figure version, the biggest one I made, which I don't recall if I put him in a video or not, but the biggest one I made, I put on sale up at that store. And there was even at least one person, don't quote me on this, who seemed interested in it. So you never know, it could sell. It also might not, but it could. You know, you just never know. Here's hoping. But yeah, I can't wait to get this robot army printed out. Now, even though I don't play a lot of board games or tabletop war games, I love the concept of tabletop war game miniatures. At least, like, I love it a lot. I just can't wrap my head around the rules of things like Warhammer and D&D or any of that stuff, really. But the miniatures themselves fascinate me, and the what do you call them? Like the terrain pieces that people make. Those really fascinate me. I love those terrain pieces that I see online. Custom homemade stuff people make. Like, I wish I could make stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, you could theoretically use these miniatures here, these robot miniatures, when they're ready, and when I get the print files out there for people to download. You could use them pretty much, I guess, for any tabletop war game that has a robot faction, and like, you don't want to, for whatever reason, don't want to, or maybe can't afford the actual robots within that faction, and you're willing to settle for a more generic model. That could be something you could try, is using these. Again, they're not out yet, they're not released yet, But as soon as I release them, I have to get some test prints going, see how they look. But as soon as I release them and I have test prints that look half decent at the very least, I'm going to release them, yeah, I think on printables. And you'll be able to download and print these guys and use them however you see fit. And yeah, like I said before, there is an action figure version of these guys that is fully posable that I did release on printables. Yeah, there will be a link to that in the description. Now, I haven't released the action figure, fully posable action figure version of these robot tank guys down here with the wheels. Those wheeled robots, I'm still ironing out some of the issues with their action figure version, right? Because the wheels need to spin, and they do, but and they gotta snap into the axles, which they also do, but I haven't gotten any successful prints of that guy for some strange reason. Maybe his print settings are set up wrong, I couldn't tell you. But that's for the posable action figure version with spinning wheels. That'll be released when I get a successful print of him. And I'm planning to do more for the miniature series, maybe even some stuff that I might not be able to do for the action figure series of these. But yeah, there's basically two lines of these robots. There's the action figure series, which is more or less fully posable and has accessories that I'm working on and releasing every now and then. I'll probably have some more accessories to release out on printables because the action figure model is on printables. And yeah, this has just been a little update on the project of my robot 3D printable toy robot series, and I guess a miniature series and an action figure series is out there. I'd show you the biggest version of the action figure I made, but unless I have a photo of it available, it's sitting up at a retail store waiting to be sold. So I might have a picture of that here. I could show you. It's a really big one. It's like almost the size of a not quite 12-inch action figure. And then there's like a 6-inch action figure one, which I gave away for free to a kid who I thought deserved it because, well, he's a good kid and he helped me out with some stuff. He's really good at 3D printing too. Not going to name names or anything because I don't know if they want me to really talk about them in a video, but, and yeah, that's all I got to say about this set of prints that are currently or models that are currently being worked on and being printed. Yeah, it's just these legs on them are so thin that when printed small, it makes it really fragile. So something's got to be done about that. But I also don't want them to look too much different than the action figure version. So I don't know. Well, thanks for checking this out. Maybe I'll see you around another video. If you have any tips, hints, or tricks that maybe can help me complete these models, like, and make them print better, and I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually, but if you have any ideas that could help, or maybe additions to this line you might like to see, because I can see that the head on some of these guys is a little bit off to the side, so that's like on the officer figure. But yeah, that's all I really got to say. One last thing before I go. Yeah, the one with the pistol is an officer, the one with the rifle is a soldier, the one with wheels obviously a armored tank unit, and the one with the cannons on his back is a heavy unit. I mean, because he's got cannons on his back. And yeah, that's all I got to say. I've said that several times already, but yeah, see you around another video, and bye for now.